Hello and welcome to the Hypertrophy Odyssey chapter 96. It is the first day of the week, aka the Vulcan Raven workout. I am on my way to the gym. It is a national holiday today, Memorial Day, which I've made a video about, which should be releasing today. I think it will come out the day after. But today, because of the fact that it is that holiday, the gym is probably going to be most likely either packed or dead. Not 100% sure which one, just depends. But we'll have to wait and see how it goes. I'm looking forward to seeing which one it is, because if it's dead, it's dead. Then there you go. That'd be nice. But we'll have to wait and see. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm feeling tired, alright? So I thought I was gonna be alright today, but I messed up. And this is where the title of the video comes in. So, falling off the horse, I think, is just what I'm gonna probably title it, or something along the lines of like discipline or some shit like that. I don't know, I'll figure it out. But basically last night I ended up having a very big meal at night and messing up my diet very much so this weekend, honestly, in its entirety. I weighed 199.2 this morning, which is crazy. So I really messed it up over the weekend. And yeah, the reason why I'm even talking about this is because transparent. I could lie to myself here and or the audience, say that like, oh, everything's going hunky-dory, but in reality there's no point in doing something like that. And realistically, again, that defeats the purpose of what this entire video series is about. It's more of a Odyssey that goes up and down, so there will be times where things go down and aren't as great as they could be, and this is one of those times. So for me personally, I like to take this time to be more self-accountable, or have some self-accountability, and realize that I was fucking up. I know that I fucked up. My body even told me basically, hey, you done goofed. Because last night I could not sleep at all. I was hot, sweaty, stomach hurts still to right now, so that'll be fun to deal with if I have to deal with that during the workout. And it's just kind of like, all right, brother, you're almost so close to fucking June. June is literally like a stone's toss away from being here. Why are you fucking up so bad? You know, a bunch of stuff like that. And I can't even say I've gotten outside influences. I have been the outside influences on others, really, to be bad. So realistically, I don't know why I'm being such a dickhead about such things, because especially since I know that the end is near. With that being said, does this mean I'm going to probably continue my cut after? No, actually, I'm probably going to figure out maintenance, because that's going to be a whole thing, but I'll talk about that when I get there. But for now, the cut will end in June, and I have to just kind of live with whatever number I get to, and live with there with whatever. I was hoping to get into the 80s, you know, 180 something, but I don't know if I'll get there. We'll have to see how it goes. Obviously it probably won't, but I have no idea what maintenance is going to look like in that. I don't know how long it's going to take me to get into maintenance, because it could take me like a month in order to stop losing weight. I don't know though, so it all just depends. But that will be a problem for future Oscar to get into. But besides, this is more of a just trying to be on top of things. I gotta be more honest with myself about the things that I'm doing, and that's why I'm doing it on here, because then that way it's a little bit more of a open notebook type deal. I have to be more honest with not only myself, but by doing it on camera, it kind of makes it so it's more of a, I can't lie to the camera, basically, and that's how I feel it as. And speaking about that, when we get into the voiceover, we'll talk about like, not necessarily old habits dying hard, because I've talked about that, but more so idea of just like giving up on habits, and or when breaking, when it comes to dieting or things like that, cheating, you know, that entire thing. We'll get into more details about that type of stuff, but for now I'm just hoping to get back on it. Honestly, I feel terrible right now, just because I feel like the food I ate was not good. So I'm hoping to give more details, talk more about that and all that other stuff on the inside, and we'll talk about that on the inside. Alright, so on this day started with dips. The gym was ultra packed, beyond belief. It was actually super packed, which is kind of crazy, but it makes sense since it was a holiday, so it was going to close early on this day. So anyways, to get back to the main subject matter here, accountability is basically half of what this episode is about, and I want to be transparent and open and honest about all the stuff that's going on here. Obviously, I'm not going to reveal every single thing of a facet of my life, as, you know, that would be kind of stupid, but also there is a certain level of honesty that should be available in these types of channels and stuff. But I think for something like this, I want to be honest because it affects technically like the training and the body and all that other stuff, and it really is all on me. Really, I was just being a dickhead the entire weekend. I was staying straight on the narrow path of the diet and then just decided, you know what, fuck it. And that's the hard part about it, really, is just like, why lay down and go back into these old habits, you know? And I've discussed it before, but it is tough to really get them killed out of you completely, and sometimes I fall for them very much so. I mean, realistically, I want to eat a bunch of crap as much as I can, you know? And the deficit probably did get to me. I will say that I'm making all these excuses when in reality it is just my fault, and I messed up, I done goofed. But that's like half of it is the self-acknowledgement that I have nobody really to blame but myself. That is something that I will say I'd rather take the blame for something like this rather than try to pawn it off onto something else, which is the thing that I don't like when people do that. This is all on me, really. I think half of it is also getting back on track, making sure that I can get back to it really and get on the horse again, because getting off the horse, getting back on is the other half of the battle, and staying on again and trying to see how far you can take it. And as I'm recording this, I have stayed on it so far today and it's pretty nice, honestly. It feels good to be eating the foods I'm supposed to again and all that other stuff, but it is still a struggle, and I want to keep going as much as I can so that way I'm not messing up as much, you know? I think that's what I've basically been doing recently, so not letting these like little bits of downs go too far into the valleys, you know. And I think that's half the battle, is letting it, making sure that it doesn't happen. You know, I've had these valleys become like literally weeks on end, months on end, and technically years on end, you know, these types of things. And I've dug myself out relatively well enough where stuff like this is a blip in the radar, but still relatively a decent sized blip that I would like to try to limit as much as humanly possible, because they're not good, obviously. You want to try to minimize these as much as possible. It is tough though sometimes, specifically whenever you're a big guy and then you lose all the weight and then you're like missing food half of the time, which is another reason why I'm looking forward to the end of this cut and just kind of maintenance, because I have no idea what the hell that's even going to be like at this point. I've been so like, I don't want to say yo-yoing, but like I've been in between so many places when it comes to dieting, when it comes to cutting particularly, you know, it's a wave up and down and stuff that I don't know what it's like to just be stable. It's weird. I'm looking forward to that, some like just general stability. I'm not necessarily worried about the progression factor of it because I still have a decent amount of body fat and stuff that I can use for it. But I'm just more so just interested in that portion of it because I don't know what it's going to be like. But I don't want to get too into that because I will probably make a whole episode about maintenance and how I'm going to approach it and all that other jazz, because that'll be a whole thing that I'm going to talk about. But I am happy for the future that I can actually get these things down. I mean, like I said before, I get this little blip in the radar that's about like a couple of days versus what it once was. Like I remember a full like month where I was just like, fuck it, it's December, I'm just gonna eat whatever the hell I want. That leads to a lot of regression immediately, whilst now I can just be like, okay, it's a couple days, don't be a dickhead. Even my body knows that, hey, you better stop. And I also can acknowledge that, where even like things like sleep and things like that, which are super important to me, I hate it when I don't sleep.
affected by it. So going back on it and knowing what my body is like and all the things that I know are going to make me feel like shit and just getting rid of them immediately help out a lot. Learning a lot about your body really does help when it comes to all this like dieting plus habits and all that other stuff. So I know now that I've just gotta have to rewind a little and just get rid of all the excess bullshit from my life really for now, and then later on I could slowly introduce certain things once the calories go up. We'll see how that goes, but that's for future Oscar to deal with.
We're back. Welcome to the workout debriefing. Exercises not filmed. There's two. Shrugs and the French press that I do with the Easy Bar. I did not have a chance to record it because the area where I put the camera usually for those was being used, so I wasn't able to put the camera down, and the gym was ultra packed, so I couldn't find another spot to put it in. So that was the two not filmed. One skipped was low rows because the person I was about to do them, there was the last thing on the list to do, and then all of a sudden some guy came and took the attachment that I used. So I was like, well, shit. So, well, that just happened. So that sucked, but besides that, overall got everything else in. Feeling pretty tired, not gonna lie right now. Actually super tired. I'm excited because I feel like the shit that I've eaten all this weekend has started to crawl out of my system now. So I'm feeling much better than I did when I walked in. So there is that. And now it's up to current me to make sure I eat some good food so that way I can get whatever is in me out of me, because that's the half the battle right there. But with that being said, I think this entire video is basically just me trying to be honest and open about things, because there's absolutely no point in trying to lie about all these things and trying to seem like it's better than expected, you know. I think that's the thing that's missing with a lot of YouTube or just general like image that you put out there, that, you know, there are some that they only try to put out the positives and the good and all that other stuff, but you know, sometimes you do fuck up and things go awry, and there are people who feed off of that. Obviously there are people who only like that, which is weird too. But I will say this is nothing but a hiccup in the long journey that is the development of the body. It is a lifelong pursuit, so I'm not necessarily worried about the dips that occasionally happen, but it is up to me to make sure that the dips don't go too far down and to become a valley of darkness and a pit of despair, and make sure that I can rally back up into a mountaintop or peak, a new level of excellence, and push myself up and forward. So with that being said, tell me what you think in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions about sometimes, or you know, like things aren't going so well, things like that, some downturns, some like, you know, whatever it might be in whatever field you might be trying to do, and whether it is a pursuit of something, a betterment of yourself, or just something casual that, you know, you think you might not have gotten and it took a while for you to get and then you got it, you know, that type of stuff. It all just depends. But tell me what you think in the comments below. I'd love to know. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. I will be back on tomorrow with a new video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this video with somebody who may or may not like it. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. I will see you in the next one. Peace.